What's up, everyone? It's OPEX here, if you don't already know. Today's a beautiful day in paradise. Yeah, I know that's a broken record for you guys to hear that from me, but it is. It's beautiful, it's magnificent, and if you look around you, you just see the beauty around you. It's kind of hard to just dwell on the negatives. But there's something I want to talk about today, discussing the comfort zone. This comfort zone could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. I believe if you use it as a calming down, a serenity now kind of thing, it could be very useful and very good. But a lot of people like to take that comfort zone and overextend it. So let's discuss this. So there's a lot of pros and cons to the comfort zone. Let's start with some of the pros. You're having a long day at work, and you want to unwind. You want to watch television, sit on the couch, and just veg. To some aspects, that's good. You need time to unwind and relax from your day, whatever stressful thing that was going on, or whatever passions that you depleted you occurred, and you need to unwind. Great. Excellent. If you do that once in a while, that's excellent. But the problem I see is that people do that every day. Let's go with a couple quick cons to that scenario. When you start living in your comfort zone so often, when you're at work, all you think about is, I can't wait to go home and veg. So you make that as your plan. And when you make that as your plan, you go home and achieve it. Achieve your thought process that was in your mind that you were thinking about. I'm going to do this, I'm going to make this tonight to eat, and just fucking veg. Just chill. You know? And then you go home and do it. And then, well, that's taking you away from things that you actually do want to do. When you're going through your brain right now, think about the things that you want to do in life. Things that you want to do today, tomorrow, sometime. I hate when people say sometime, the procrastination thing. It almost never happens, right? But think about the things you want to do, whether it's, hey, it's a beautiful night, I wonder how great it would be to go fishing, but I'm tired and I just want to veg. Why don't you go fishing? Why don't you go do something? Why don't you take that girl out on the date that you've been thinking about asking her for 10 years now? Do whatever it is that you want to do in the moment, because that is exactly what you should be doing. If it's kind of uncomfortable to do, it's probably the universe telling you exactly what you should be doing. I'll explain a lot more, but I do want to make this video quite short and understandable. So let's go with, when you're living in a comfort zone type of mentality and everything's comforted, you lose out on a lot of great things in your life, or potentially great things in your life. Before television, before screens, before hanging out in the house became a thing, there were people that went out and did whatever they wanted to do. Now, of course, we all have responsibilities, and we all have things that we want to build up in our family homestead or whatever it is. So we work around the house or do whatever it is that we want to do as a passion. But then after, we want to just lounge and veg. We would want to do whatever it is that we wanted to do. Imagine when you were a kid. Same thing. Now, not kids nowadays. Kids nowadays just want to sit and veg. When I was a kid, no. I was like, get me out of this house. I want to play football with the neighbors. I want to do something. And, that was a great mentality. Not sure what happened, but somewhere down the line, kids are now in the comfort zone. They don't talk to each other. I'm going down a wrong path right now, but I want to stay on topic. The comfort zone, when you were young, was something that you didn't want to be in. You want to be uncomfortable. You want to experience new things. You wanted to have more fun. You wanted to do things that you wanted to do and not just watch whatever cartoon was on, or what video game you could be playing. That wasn't a concept for children 30 years ago. It wasn't. It was more, let's go outside and do something. Let's play tag. Let's do something. Come on. And that's what kids did. They would get dirty, and then they would come home before dark, eat dinner, and then it would be like maybe an hour or two of vegging, and then bed. But the problem I'm seeing is that beautiful weather outside, and you're staying inside. Get the hell outside, man. You're wasting your life. And you might say, well, you don't understand. Long day at work. I just want to go home and veg. I get it. I've been there and done that for many years. And it's because of experiencing this and having this problem, my own problems in the field of the comfort zone, that I can recognize and explain it to you, so then you can perhaps recognize and be aware of it as well. So when you're living in the comfort zone, and you're saying to yourself, before you even get to the comfort zone, that you can't wait to get into that comfort zone, that's where the issues start. That's when this repetitive nature materializes, and that actually is what occurs. It's not just what happens. You plan this to do this. It's not because you're poor. A lot of people might have excuses for being in the friend zone. Some excuses would be not having enough money. Oh, I would like to go see Las Vegas, but I'm on this side of the country and I got to work tomorrow. Okay. Figure it out and make it happen. There's a bus that can go over there for $100 if that's what you want to do. Whatever it is you want to do. You know what I mean? Poor is not an excuse. You can make it happen. I've been living poor my whole life, and I've had plenty in terms of not only what I need, but if I wanted to do something, I could have made it happen. Just to say a few of my problems in the comfort zone. My problems are, they can be many different things. I'm not gonna lie, I like to sit and veg sometimes. I like to play a video game. I'm not saying that these things are evil and should be stayed away from at all costs, but I am saying that there is an exceeded amount of this that can draw you back in. Another thing that I have a problem with in the comfort zone is I don't like talking to people. I don't like talking to people. I'm uncomfortable talking to a phone right now. That's what I'm talking to, a phone. I'm uncomfortable doing this, but I'm still doing it because I know that I'm helping you. The greatest things in life come from stepping out of the comfort zone. Talking to people's tough for me because it requires me to go out of my comfort zone to talk to somebody. Because I don't want to talk to you. Something good could potentially come from it. I could get a wife from it. And that's another problem, man. I don't have any problem socializing with a woman. I have the problem just making that first step. And it's 100% because, I got to get out of my comfort zone and stuff to do so. And, of course, problems in my past. I've had really bad girlfriends, to say the least. I'm not putting all the blame on them. I'm dumb enough to take them and to think whatever I thought at the times. But anyways, what I'm trying to get at is when I'm talking to a woman, I don't take that next step because of, scared that I'm vulnerable. Like, I'm vulnerable for taking that next step because what if she does say yes? Then I'm even more vulnerable. Then I got to give her my heart. And, of course, that's stuff that I want to have happen, but you're vulnerable, and that could be really, really detrimental to your heart. The people thing, let's start with the girl thing. 4 months or so ago, I was at a truck stop, and I went to the Subway. And this is one of many times, especially recently, that this happens to me. I'm at a truck stop. I go to the Subway because I wanted to get a sub and carry on with my day. And the girl was very charismatic, had a lot of character, very social, always wanted to talk. And of course, it's the only time I've ever met her, but I met her. And I mean, the first thing she was saying was nothing about, working or anything, or what sandwich would you like, what kind of, bread. Besides all that, before all that, she was like asking me things like, where are you from, where you're going, and then giving me background about her and things like that. And it ended up starting to click with me, like, oh wow, this girl is actually really interesting and has a pure heart, and she's actually really cute and the whole nine. And I started talking to her, and then it started becoming mutual, and then you can tell like we were clicking in the whole nine. And of course this happens to me a lot, but I'm just giving you one instance. And there was even a point that was weird for me where it was almost like a signal. I gotta talk to her, or give her my number, the whole nine. I had cash, and I'm counting out the change that was in my pocket for the change, and she actually leaned around the counter to put her hand in my hand to look at the change. And I mean around, over the counter, not just like put her arm over. She put herself all the way over to help me. And it was not like something like I needed to, like I was slow giving her the change. I literally just put it in my hand, and she felt the need to help me. Not like I'm slow or anything, but like as she wanted to get close to me. And it was quite obvious. And I found that to be extremely cute. And after I get rung up in the whole nine, there's a guy that comes up behind me, a guy who I definitely did not want to talk to. And he started asking me things as I was talking to the girl. I'm like, dude, I've been talking to this girl for 5-10 minutes, and this moron comes over and starts asking me all these questions and talking about his trucking life, and we're all truck drivers. And I'm like, yeah, man, giving him that, come on, man, fuck off kind of look. And he just kept talking about stuff. He was talking about a place, down in Daytona Beach, where I think I was in Wisconsin at the time. And basically, I ended up having to talk to this asshole for another 5 minutes. And I look over to the girl, and she's taking care of the next customer. I'm like, oh fuck, I lost that flair, that bonding type thing. And I basically told the guy, hey, I gotta go so I can talk to her, because I thought I had a second just to say something. And she was talking to the customer, and I was just like, now it's awkward. I can't just be like, hey, I gotta get your number, I gotta go, something like that. And I was just like, that's uncomfortable for me to just be like, hey, it's not like I didn't have the words to say or I couldn't have tried it. I just felt uncomfortable all of a sudden. I felt very comforted before asshole disrupted everything. No offense to asshole there. I just hate when people butt in conversations. And I never got that number. All I said was, have a great day, see you later, something along those lines. And I left. And I remember leaving. And the second I left the truck stop and I took that first left and I was going toward the expressway, I was like, and I felt like literally kicking my own ass for that. I literally felt like there has to be some pain coming for me for not doing anything about that, because that was stupid of me to not ask her out or ask her, for a number, socialize, talk, text even, something, And I felt really, really stupid about myself. Like, how did I let that happen? And it had 100% to do with the comfort zone, because I had to, and it wasn't even long. I had to step out of that comfort zone. It was less than 60 seconds, and I could not believe, I wanted to kick my own ass so bad. Now that's one instance. Now, a couple days ago I was at the shipper, and I pull into the shipper, and this guy drives over and talks to me. And he said, well, who do you work for? He was asking the stuff, so I could check in and everything, like my trailer number, my truck number, where am I going, what's my pickup number, things like that. And I gave it all to him. And then something told me, and now this is like 5:30 in the morning. I just woke up. I'm like this. And and I was definitely not in the mood to chat. But I said something to him. I don't remember what it was, but it instigated a real conversation. And, otherwise, we would have never had a conversation. He would have just said, okay, the chick's inside, talk to her, or whatever the next step would be. And I instigated a conversation because I think I made him laugh or something. And then he got happy because of it, or wanted to continue talking in the whole nine. Very simple shit. I'm just overcomplicating it right now. And he started making some jokes, and then I was like, oh, basically, he made my day because I said something to continue conversation. It's almost like helping him, but I had to step out of my comfort zone because all I was thinking was, just go ahead, do this, back into a dock, move on with my life. It's, I got 4 hours of sleep last night. I'm not caring about nothing else but going back into my comfort zone and not having to talk to this asshole. He's not an asshole. None of these guys I'm calling assholes are assholes. It's how you treat them and how you respond when they're to their actions or their speech. Anyways, but by staying in that comfort zone, it actually enhanced my day because we said some jokes, we said some funny things, and basically we both left that conversation in a very happy mood, when prior to that conversation it was like, oh, it's a forced interaction, we have to talk to each other. But it changed because of one person stepping out of that comfort zone and allowed another person to step out of that comfort zone, and you can be your real self and have some fun with life. And those are a couple quick, I guess, experiences of mine, but there's many more reasons why you should step out of the damn comfort zone. Like I said earlier, if you want to go to Vegas, plan it, do it. Get out of your comfort zone and freaking do it. If you got to talk to a girl, get out of your comfort zone and do it. I'm definitely at the point right now that if I feel like I have a choice right now between the comfort zone and getting out of the comfort zone, I want 100% of the time to not only be aware of the differentials, but to understand that, it's very possible to jump out of that comfort zone and do what you want to do. Whatever situation pops up, things don't just happen, even though I've said the word happens like 10 times in this video. Things don't just happen. You make it happen. Subconsciously, consciously, we're all creators. And the experiences that we're going to have is going to be quite, destined if you stay in the comfort zone. But if you get out of the comfort zone and you want to travel, if you want to do something, then ultimately you need to get out of that comfort zone, do it, and you're destined for a lot better things. Why do you think people have these things called thrills? If you don't like roller coasters, but then jump on the roller coaster and then had a blast, you're going to be glad you did. Skydiving, you're definitely going out of your comfort zone. No one's going to be like, dude, let's go skydiving. Dude, don't you understand? That's crazy. That's intense. Yeah, get out of your comfort zone and let's do it, man. When you were kids, man, what did you do? Just, no, can't do that, and that's crazy. No, when you're a kid, you're like, let's do it. Now, you thought of repercussions. Maybe you might get banged up or bruised or, fall out of a tree or whatever, but you would do it because that's what life is, man. That's what life is. I mean, a baby crawling, right? If a baby was crawling and never walked before, you would want to stay in his comfort zone, right? Just like you as an adult. Just stay in your comfort zone, crawl your whole life. I mean, it would take work and stuff to learn how to walk, and it would be uncomfortable for a little bit until you got it down. You would have never walked. It's programmed into you to get the hell out of that comfort zone. It's programmed in you. And you can tell, like, once you realize that the universe, there's something there telling you, a conscious being, that that's uncomfortable. And when you feel that, you know that's the exact thing that you need to do, whether it's paying bills. Oh, I don't want to pay bills right now, I'll do that tomorrow. Because you didn't feel comfortable doing it then. And then you forget about it, and then boom, late bills. And I can go on all day, but I definitely want this video to be short and kind of to the point. And I mean, I could make a lot more points than that, and I'm not going to at this point because basically, you get the gist of it. And I got a lot more things to talk about. So if you stay tuned to my channel, lots of content coming, happiness, longevity, I wish for every one of you. Have a great day. Peace.